to start off, as always, by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles of great millstone, and honors to you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh is the real name of whom the world ignorantly calls God Jehovah. Yahweh, his real name is Yahweh. His son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, meaning in, meaning the, and Sham, meaning name. So Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Real quick, wanted to just kind of go into this, right, inspired off of last weekend and certain of the tops that people were wearing, or rather the text that was on them. And I was reminded of it when I went for my walk earlier on. I saw one of these tops in the display, and it was simply had "choose love" right on it. And what these people in the world mean by that is basically love, that warm fuzzy feeling, right, of basically just going in and if a dude loves a dude, in quotes, which we know the scriptures on that, we know the law on that, then it's okay, right? That's what they're trying to push by that, right? But really what they're saying is to basically love the world, do the things of the world, because that lifestyle is accepted by this world, right? But that is enmity, right, with the Most High, right? In fact, let me look for that real quick. I can never spell this word. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. But this is going into but that's basically in the things of the flesh, right? So let's go and let's see where we should start off from, right? But because basically who we, right, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, right, we're commanded to basically be renewed in our mind, right, to basically wash off the filth of this world, right, because this world is filthy, right? You start to understand, what love is according to the scriptures, right? That actually, no, you can't just go and, copulate with whoever you want to copulate with, right? Just fancy word of saying, sex, right? But even then, that's in the law. The scriptures talk about, if a man releases a seed of copulation, right? I.e., if you're not, right, then he is unclean. So I said Revelation, meant to type in Romans, like. Right, but this is Romans 12:2. It says, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High, right? So once again, people in this world are going to be like, oh, you should be able to, sleep with whoever you want to sleep with, and do whatever in the bedroom you want to do, right? And Amalek has a lot to pay for in that regard, because that's he pushes a whole load of perverseness, right, in his adult entertainment industry, right, and such that people partake in these things, not understanding the ramifications of certain of the things that they be doing in the bedroom, okay, whether even if that's including a man with a woman, right? You get certain guys that we don't even need to go into all of that, right? But that's it. Be not conformed to this world, right? Be transformed, because which, to be fair, Jake for the most part always kind of just like you look at certain songs that Benjamin used to make, I can't say some of the lyrics, right? You know how YouTube be, right? But amongst J culture, it was kind of like, yo, why this, right? But you may have just like allowed them to be around, right? Whereas when you start, when our minds start being renewed, you start looking, you're like, yo, now this person's got demons in them, and you understand what it is. And that's the thing as well, because these scriptures let us understand exactly what it is that we're dealing with, which is why, for instance, all, most modes all sound the same, right? They've got similar mannerisms, right? Because, that's that demon that is on them, okay? So let's read that again. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? That you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High, right? So what these guys that are doing, right, ain't good, right? And that's why, for instance, it says in Romans, the first chapter, right, that they will receive the recompense of their action, which was meat, right? So this is Romans 1:26, right? It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change a natural use into that which against nature, right? And that's one of the ways that Eve basically started feeding this into the mainstream, right? Whether it be in film, be like, oh yeah, I was watching two women kiss. Oh, it was sexy, this, that, and the other. And growing up, you're thinking, yeah, man, I want to see two women at it with each other and this, that, and the other. But then once again, that is that filth of this world, right? Then that was one of the ways that he basically started normalizing this wickedness. Okay, because for instance, when you come into this truth, you realize that actually there's an issue with both, because that was one of the things that they tried to push, that the L's are okay but the G's ain't, right? And it's like, no, they're both wickedness according to the Most High, right? According to the scriptures, and you start looking at it as such. Okay. It says, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lusts one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which was meat, right? And that's it. They started, basically going into and doing all of these, wicked ass acts, okay? And as the elders from Dallas were going into this week, right, once you start delving into those acts, that's kind of like a gateway, and we're explaining how, that's why it then follows and says all of these other things that they do, right? And one of the things, one of my pastimes, I love watching comedy, which means basically, I watch most, I've watched most of the comedy on Netflix UK, right? But like, when you watch them, right, a lot of them, the ones that will mention, say, those mo's, right, a number of times they'll be like, and everyone knows they're mean, right, and everyone in the crowd laughs because it's true, right, because those people are degenerates, right? Someone who lives that lifestyle is a degenerate, right, and there ain't nothing you can say otherwise, right? So I'll leave the rest of this for a little later, right? Just see what we had earlier on in that, right? Because we was talking about, enmity with the Most High, right? Basically walking after the flesh, do as thou wilt, right? You only live once, right? Choose love, right? Which that's a open ended statement, right? Because where do you draw the line? Okay, but once again, that's the witchcraft and Esau's deep thinking, right? Let me see. Just kind of want to jump straight to it. This is Romans 8 and 5. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, right? But to be spiritually minded is life and peace, right? Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be, right? So then they that are after the flesh cannot please the Most High. But ye and that's it, right? Because these people in the world that are accepting of that lifestyle, they're just doing things of the flesh because it feels good. Like for instance, one of the bits of witchcraft that they like to push, right, is they like to say, oh well, but a man's G spot is in his anus, right, and all of that bullshit, right? And it's just they're like, bro, the most I was clear. People that live that lifestyle, there's a recompense to that. People will also say, and that's just it's just the madness of this world, right? They like to say, oh yeah, but when you do her up the up the other hole, right, it's a lot tighter, right? And one of the things ever since the Lord opened up my eyes was just like, right, but like if people follow the law, i.e. a woman is only supposed to have one man all her lifetime, right? It's always gonna be tight because it's always gonna be shaped for you, okay? But once again, wickedness, right? And Slacking is in a bit graphic and everything, but that's just what it is, right? Esau basically pushing mass perversion upon people, okay? But this is basically those that live in this world that do the things of the flesh, right? But it says, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you, right? Now, if any man have not the spirit of Mashiach, he is none of his, right? So that's it, right? We're in the spirit. We walk differently. We look at things differently. We don't look at this world in the same way that the people in this world look at this world. I believe that made sense. right? But we basically look at this world for what it is, right? A world filled with great wickedness. In fact, let me grab this in Isaiah 19 and 14. It says, Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, right? And there's just perversion everywhere you go. Even things that are supposed to be righteous, Esau has found ways to make it wicked, right? It says, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit, right? So yeah, that's it, man. A perverse spirit. But let's go back into this, right? Because ultimately, these are the milk. This is some of the milk that you learn is, when the Lord brings you into this truth that actually, what love is according to the scriptures, right? This is First John 2:15. Love. I'm going to start from here first because actually this was the precept I was going to open with. It says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." Right? For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. The world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. Right? So basically going into just not loving this world, right? Not doing, the things, that are revered in this world, right? Because a lot of it is, basically leads to death, man. Okay, so then the next one, this is James 4:4. It says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High." Right? Do you think that the scripture saith in vain, the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy? Right? And then Colossians 3, I'm going to read into it from 2. It says, "Set your affections on things above, not on the things on the earth. Right? For you're dead, and your life is hid with Mashiach in the Most High. When Yahweh Shai, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Mortify therefore your members which are upon earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, right? Evil concupiscence and covetousness, which is idolatry, for which things' sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of disobedience, and which ye also walked some time, right, when ye lived in them," right? So once again, these are the things that come when you are a friend of the world, right? You basically, do what you want, right? Inordinate affection is what we're touching on in this particular lesson, right? Basically, people doing, whatever the hell it is that they want to do, right? Let me just see real quick if there's any more we can glean from this in the NLT. Let me just have a quick read of that. Yeah, let me grab this. Let me put it over into the screen here, right? Go. All right, this is Colossians 3 from 2 again. Says, but in the NLT this time, think about the things of heaven, not the things on earth. Right, for you died to this life, and your real life is hidden within Yahweh Shai Mashiach, right, in the Most High. It says, and when a Mashiach, who is your life, is revealed to the whole world, you will share in all his glory. So put to death the sinful earthly things lurking in you, having nothing to do with sexual immorality, impurity, lust, and evil desires, right? And that is all that you see in this world, right? That is all that you see in this world, right? Sexual immorality. And once again, that's why the adult entertainment industry will push stepsister, stepbrother, stepmother, stepfather, right? And then just sodomy as well. Okay, that's why this EE will push, and that's why ultimately this board has to be destroyed. Okay, because those things are seen as normal, right, in this life, right? So it says, "Don't be greedy, for a greedy person is an idolater, worshiping the things of this world, right? Because of these sins, the anger of the Most High is coming." Right, and that's it. The Lord is angry with what he's seeing, right? This is Second Ezra's 15:6, right? It says, "For wickedness hath, in fact, from 5, it says, Behold, saith the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled, right? So where were we? So yeah, we read that, right? In Colossians, it says, in the which ye also walked sometime when you lived in them, right? So for instance, you have all of these, as we were saying, all of these abusers of themselves as man and womankind, right? But here, when you read Romans 1, it's really saying, not really simple, basically saying, you've been doing these things, but basically stop. All right. So let's carry on in here, right? It says verse 28, Romans 1:28 says, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do that which is and not which are to do things which are not convenient. Okay, so when you look into when people are living that lifestyle, rather, they're doing things which are not convenient because they've got a reprobate mind on them, right? In fact, when you read the 26th verse, right, what did it say? It says, gave them up unto vile affections, right? Verse 29, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, right? And I was a bit crazy when I was younger, but at work I would basically, when I was younger, I would basically call, like, you heathens, right? But then I remember one time the Mo was like, well, actually, all of the religions, right? They don't like me, so yeah, I am a heathen, right? So that individual knows what they're doing is wrong, yet they still do it. Right? Why? Because they hate the Most High. Right, and off of that, this is Proverbs 8:36. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All that hate me love death. Okay, straight into the point. You hate the Most High. You think the Most High cares. If you don't, if you have issues with him, he's just gonna destroy you. Okay, this is despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, right? Because Sodom and Gomorrah is a well-known thing, right? It says that they which commit such things are worthy of death, right? Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. Okay, so that is the love of this world. But what is love according to the scriptures, right? This is First John 5:2 says, by this we know that we love the children of the Most High, when we love the Most High and keep. Let me read that again. By this we know that we love the children of the Most High, when we love the Most High and keep His commandments. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous. Right, and in 2 John 1:5 and 6. Right, it says, and now beseech thee later. Now read it. Yeah, and now beseech thee, lady, not as though I wrote a new commandment unto thee, but that which we had from the beginning, that we love one another. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. That this is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. Right. So love is keeping of the commandments. Right, and the commandments are playing on people that live that lifestyle. Okay. Why? Because once again, that choose love thing, it's open ended. What if you fall in love with another man's woman? Can you go deal with that? Hell no. It's adultery, right? Which shouldn't be in that position anyway. Sirach 9:9, right? But that's what Esau will make it seem like you can do, right? In fact, Esau will romanticize that, right? What was it? I remember it vividly in what was this film, man? Aquaman. It's like, bro, you just stole man's girl, bro. What you doing? Right, but Esau will have the music playing, and then you'd have the scenery, the effects, make it seem like this is a good thing. And once again, that's part of Esau's witchcraft, right? Where you have imagery that really is talking on a wicked ass subject, but then he'll play with one's emotions to make it, to normalize it, basically. Okay, so as always, Lord, that was edifying. Till next time we say Shalom.